even more money. I mean, you get a girl, you get her into like lacrosse and soccer and basketball.
Yeah, but then she might get. Just don't send her to Duke.
Nah. If it's a girl, you
that
don't get.
And we're live. Them Duke lacrosse boys.
What's wrong with Duke?
Them Duke lacrosse
No.
boys.
If you have a girl like a daughter, you don't get them into lacrosse or basketball or anything. You get them into like tennis. I would say like tennis.
No, if I had a daughter, I'd send her ass off to Catholic school and just be like, all right, this is where you're going to Catholic school your entire life.
You know where she's gonna end up?
On OnlyFans.
Los Angeles. Los Angeles working for a certain industry, my man.
Dude, I can't imagine having a daughter.
Oh, that's what's gonna happen.
Damn.
Like I would scare the shit out of me. Just because I would be thinking like there's dudes like me out there.
Like you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Covering up the wrong square.
That's like why you can't have a kid, because if you have a daughter, you know how you were as a guy. So any guy she comes home with, you're going to be sitting there looking at him like, dickhead.
True.
You're not going to trust him. So you'll probably like end up killing half her boyfriends.
I mean, that's fine though. Things happen.
Things happen. Accidents happen.
Accidents happen. No, I mean, I have a daughter, so like,
oh man,
but I wasn't that bad, so
praying
hopefully
for
karma
you.
doesn't bite me, you know.
It's
But
just,
John has a daughter too, so
Yeah.
you know.
I pray for all of your souls. Like,
I
what are
mean,
you
as
gonna
long
do?
as you-
How old's your daughter?
My daughter?
Don't ask that type of question, Sean.
No, I'm saying because like, are you gonna pull like the hop what's the name of the fucking movie with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence? Bad Boys. Are you gonna pull the Bad Boys thing on them?
I might have to.
Hot boys.
I might have no, but my daughter's turning 11. I'm old, so
See, you're getting close, man. It's getting closer and closer.
I'm getting close. I'm getting close. I'm getting really close, to be honest. She's asked a few questions here and there. So
Necro Banana! $5 Necro Banana, by the way.
Necro Banana.
Hello, my name is Necro Banana, and I live in RGT's walls. He has loads of ladies every day, and he is rich too. Very epic. Oh, I'm not rich.
Daily.
I wouldn't say
Why
loads.
are you covering me on the screen and not yourself?
I'm not. I changed it.
Yeah, he fixed it.
That scene was so funny in that movie.
Yeah, it was pretty hilarious.
Ooh, hello, Kiara. I will match with you, Kiara. That was like when Will Smith was the man. That whole Chris Rock thing, it really changed my.
Like, are you Tindering live right now?
Yes.
Dude, live Tinder, hook up the phone. Let's go.
Gosh.
No, it was like last week.
Let everyone see what you're looking at.
Hell no. Last week,
you could do a little vote, left or right.
Was it's very interesting for me.
The YouTube chat decided my dates.
There's a video for this channel.
Yep.
I have 2 daughters. All right, so I've been horrible at reading the chat. Hello, everyone in the chat. Like, Will Smith still is the man, but you know, I have 2 daughters and I trust nobody. That's good, man. That's good.
You shouldn't trust anybody.
What do you think of the Lady Decade situation? I think it's unfortunate.
Explain to me the situation.
So basically, she had used an image or something in a video, and somebody copyright claimed them, like sent it to their brand manager or something, and then like requested money and all this stuff. I think in theory, it can be a stressful thing. The execution of it, I'm always about making lemonade out of lemons. Anytime I have something that I feel like messes or deals with the YouTube channel, I always find a way to make it so that I end up benefiting from the situation. I don't think she necessarily handled the situation 100% how I would have done it. So
what was the image?
I don't know all that. It was from like some movie or something, and like the guy who owned it did something with it and like threatened money out of her and stuff. I would have handled the situation differently. And I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not really super friends with her. I do know her husband. Her husband's actually a very nice guy, top hat gaming man. So, you know, I wish them the best in the situation, but anytime you bring something like that into the public, there's going to be some feedback, especially if you got like a little paper trail of other things going on. So, you know, you live and learn, though. I mean, that's what really happens at the end of the day.
Live and learn.
Derek S., you and Miss Click would be a power couple. That's my stepsister, man. Brian Lopez, ready for some RGT shenanigans? Thank you. Lord RJ5, OJ my B, RGT play reach. I think I had it reversed. Yes, I have never played.
Halo campaign.
Halo campaign.
No, you did. Nope.
That's
a
not
lie.
true. You did
That's a
play
lie.
an hour and a half of Halo Infinite and co-op.
You did.
That's not really.
It's Halo
What?
campaign.
It's Halo campaign. He played it. Sean played it.
But y'all
And
won't
it
play
was a
it with
lot
me.
of fun.
That's the thing. I tried to play it again. They're like, oh no, we have to wait for the achievements.
Why are we gonna beat the game in the flight?
they're
and
not gonna-
just
they're not
wait
gonna-
for the full release.
Who
They're not gonna
cares
keep
about
our progress.
achievements?
But
Who
we're not gonna keep
cares?
our progress. We're gonna have to start over. So if we only make it halfway, we have to restart when it comes out.
No, but I'm thinking, Sean, more or less because most likely they'll have new content as well when that drops. So we'd have to play all the way back through it to get there again because we're not going to have our progress carry over is our problem. So it was just like a test flight they did.
RGT is too much for Miss Click, not wrong. RGT update. They are seeking legal advice, so mum is the word until later. Good idea. You know, instinct-wise, you want to fight the man, you want to stick it to him, but there are, legal avenues to go down, especially in this situation, since it's like an individual who contacted a brand manager and this, that, and the other. There's obviously a lot of things that are in the back end, but like I said, take it as a learning experience. I think that's what they need to do is just take it as a learning experience, learn how you handle that situation, what you do in that sort of situation, because I guarantee you that's probably the first time they've had a situation like that arise. So, it is what it is.
Yeah, usually images being claimed doesn't happen very often. I remember that happened to me one time. I was pissed. Sony did that to me back in 2016. I think the PS Slim, they were only copyright claiming some channels though. So
because it was images of the PS Slim had gotten out there, and then
so
you
they
made
were
a video
striking.
on it. Yeah,
they were striking, not just claiming. They were striking people. Like put a strike on your channel.
So Team Llama says it was a video about on Altered Beast. They showed a picture of Ray Harryhausen's work, who inspired the game, and that's what causes the strike on their video. Wow.
I mean, if someone owns the rights to that picture,
isn't that fair? Isn't that fair use?
That's the whole thing. Where does fair use? Like, it's not like they were making that image as if I made this image. I'm selling this image or something. So yeah, it's a very gray area, and you got to remember, YouTube and legal stuff is still very, very fresh. I don't think YouTube, when it first started up, nearly 20 years ago now, I don't think they thought it would become what it has become. I'm grateful it's become what it's become, but
that's if it's like how he says, that's definitely fair use, and the person's abusing the system, in my opinion.
And this could be, I mean, okay, so the person who made the image was doing their work was inspired by Altered Beast. When did Altered Beast come out? In 87? So it's not like this person is like a young, spry person, more than likely. They were probably 20s, 30s, maybe even older during that time. So they might understand things like that. It is what it is, though. Jordan, you told me, Jordan's talking with the person in the chat.
Yeah, I'm responding.
Uh-oh.
I feel like Halo Infinite Forge is going to be cool. I mean, from what we've seen so far.
It looks good.
What's up, government fat cat? He's a member, so we love our members around here. We love everyone around here.
Especially members.
Jordan, what's your favorite tuniferific video?
What? Tunerific Tariq. So that's another person who makes animation content.
You beefing?
Awesome. No, I love the dude. He's great. In fact, we have a video coming out maybe at the end of next week together.
Oh, okay.
Super good guy, great content. If I had to choose a favorite video of his, at least recently, the Like Mike video is probably my favorite. He covered the Like Mike movie.
Fucking Bow Wow.
Mm-hmm.
RGT, I miss the long hair. I don't. That was a nightmare. Tampa
Was it a
Bay.
nightmare?
It's just to maintain and stuff, and
love
You
having
wear a
long
hat
hair.
23 hours a day.
yeah, but it's curly and it causes me to sweat more than I normally do. Dude, I fucking
And you normally do?
dude, I sweat like a disgusting pig. It was like 75 today. It was very nice outside, and I'm like, great. I got my stuff in. I got my goo gone and my fishing line. I'm gonna debadge the car. So I'm like, I'm wearing a shirt.
You got your
Debadge.
dugong?
Gonna debag the
You
car?
got a
What did you say?
Oh my god, debadge. Badge. Like the badges on them.
Gonna teabag the car?
Whereas all you need is like just a fishing wire, like a fishing line, and goo gone. So I was out there doing it, and like 2 minutes into it, I'm like pouring sweat like Patrick Ewing in the fucking fourth quarter. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? I have a disease.
I lose it as much as Patrick Ewing did. I'd be sweating too. As much as that dude be losing.
Anyways, could we ever get a new Chibi Robo game? Would we want one? Not
I'd be
Ziplash.
sweating too. Jordan was busting my ass for the last decade.
I think a Chibi Robo would be interesting.
Gives a damn.
Oh,
More
God.
Chibi Robo.
Sorry.
What's up,
I'm
Cristobal? What Wii game not named Twilight Princess would you want available on the Switch? Mine would be Mario Galaxy 2. Mine clearly would be Knight's Journey into Dreams, but if I had to pick a second game, the uncensored version of Manhunt 2.
Okay. Twitter will not allow that.
Oh God, no. No more
Twitter didn't
Manhunt.
even allow freaking. What do they not allow? DOA Beach Volleyball 3. The people bullied them into not releasing it.
Did they really?
Yeah, you don't remember that?
No, man.
Yeah, before the launch. I mean, then they just said, "Oh, it's going to be in English." They literally had everything set up for that game to
Oh
be
man.
here, and the journalists, just the polygons, the
Really?
talk, they just destroyed that game before. And yeah, go look it up. I mean, it wasn't really talked about much because it's DOA Beach Volleyball, but
Yeah, that's true.
there's no reason why that game it's in English. It's complete physical. You can still buy it if you want it. It's not a terrible game. It's just obviously they think what they think about the game.
I did
kind
not.
of a. I remember that was kind of a thing when it came out on the original Xbox back in the day.
I went
There
and
was a
bought
lot
it.
of talk around that too. I remember that.
There was just the internet wasn't as advanced. We didn't have Twitter. YouTube was just
Not enough
really
places to complain about stuff.
yeah, not enough play. YouTube was YouTube. Did I play a game before YouTube even?
YouTube was what?
Bef-
2000 and
2005
End
for
of
YouTube.
2005.
Yeah,
yeah.
so I might have bought it before YouTube was even a thing. I think.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
because it was on G4 and they were. I remember that was a big story at that time. I think someone on like I don't know Jack Tom server was complaining about it, something like that.
Well, Jack Thompson complained about everything back then, though.
Oh, he complained about
Senator
everything.
Joseph Lieberman. God, he could suck a dick. No, I didn't perm my hair back then. I just have weird pubic-like hair.
I'll admit I permed my hair back in the day.
I
I
didn't-
dyed my hair. I had highlights.
Yeah, I would never dye my hair.
I permed my hair and used to get it braided. I used to have a big old huge afro because I'm old.
I did frosted tips.
I once had half
Did you have
cornrows.
the necklace too?
The shell necklace? Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, I was just kidding. My bad.
Yeah, I had
You
the
were
shell
completely
necklace. I had
you were the
frosted tips.
douchebag.
The
You-
puka
you were
You were
shell.
the
the guy
douchebag.
who
You
just
were
smelled-
the douchebag guy.
You just smelled like weed all the time.
No, he smelled like
I didn't
Axe-
smoke
Axe
weed.
body spray.
No, the puka shell kids were the cokeheads where I was at because there was the
Oh.
public high school and then there was a private high school. And like the public high school, like, you know, we would do whatever. We party hard or whatever. But sometimes we would intermingle with the private high school and go to their parties. And they were just fucking coke fiends. Just a bunch of rich kids just fucking straight up coke fiends. And it was just like the weirdest. It was the weirdest vibe. Like, you know, a couple people doing it at a party. Okay, that's whatever. But when like everyone in the party is doing it, it's not my scene, man. I'm a downer.
No, you know what, Sean? I think you're up to something because the private school that I know here, the kid, it's a private Catholic school. Like
That's what I
and
went to.
They were very much the same thing when I was like, whoa, the private Catholic kids that wear uniforms every single day.
Yep. They get down.
I
man.
wore khakis, button-up blue shirt, a tie, and we had to wear a sweater in the winter months and dress shoes. And then we had all the clubs where you had like students against drunk driving, and all the board members would show up to dances drunk. We had numerous pregnancies. It was
Hell
like,
yeah.
we're supposed to be,
That's a party.
a Catholic school, and we're clearly not living up to that reputation. Now the school shut down, so that tells you all you need to know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lord RJ5, Wii U, better than Switch, games aside.
No.
Nah, because you can't play the Wii U anywhere that you want.
According to some people, you can. Have you done Acid RGT? I have not. Nah, psychedelics and stuff like that? No. I back in my heyday.
Guys, aren't all the Wii U games on the Switch now anyway?
Not the.
Well, you said games aside.
Oh, games aside, just the hardware itself, the Fisher Price tablet.
Like the features, like stuff like that. Everything else, yeah.
It did have Netflix. Can't argue with that.
Liam Werner asks, Nate, why don't you do weekly vids anymore?
Because MVG's traveling, moving.
He's man of mystery.
I mean, he comes back. Like, as you heard on the last episodes, we're going to get back on schedule. Immediately, he's traveling again.
He's traveling.
Like, I don't know where the hell he's going. He doesn't know where the hell he's going. He's like a goddamn kangaroo out there. I'm about to wrangle him up with some hunters, drag his ass back. That's why we don't have weekly videos, because MVG is among the missing.
Maybe we'll find something for Nate to do soon.
Who dis with a donation? Fuck, marry, kill. Lady D, Resident Evil 8, Peach, and Blood Rain. That's the easiest thing in the world to me. Blood Rain's who you fuck. You marry Peach and you kill Lady D. Look, Lady D, I don't understand what weird mommy milkers thing you got going on. Look at her fucking teeth, bro. They're fucking disgusting. Like, I don't usually kiss women unless I like them. I will sleep with a girl and not kiss her because it's like, can I kiss you? No, you can't. Okay, that's more intimate than doing this. But Lady Dio, no, she's like 8 feet tall. Like, what am I gonna do with that? Like, she's gonna fucking like throw me against the wall. Like, no, I'm out.
Climb.
Man, no. And Peach you marry because she's all wholesome and she made you a fucking pie. It's at the castle. Peach. And then Blood Rain, I mean, you just look at her, you're like, yo, that's a wild one right there.
Yeah, okay.
You put way too much thought into that.
I had to justify it. Necro Banana! Hey, Nate, did you also used to have the Ricky Martin spikes with your highlights? That was the look back in the late 90s and early 2000s for PR.
I did not have the spikes.
But you had the tips.
Yeah, I had the frosted tips, but I hadn't do like the whole spike look.
See, I had disgusting hair the whole time because my hair it's not like normal. To be blunt, it's not normal white people hair at all. My hair is this weird thing where I can technically do anything I want with my hair because I have straight, wavy, curly, thick hair. But it depends on the length where my hair is at as to what it's doing. So if it gets to a certain length, my hair just curls up into itself and I could easily look like, a sheep. Or I could look like John Stamos. But the problem is it all depends on how I dry it after I get out of the shower.
I like John Stamos. Full House was dope.
John Stamos had remember that episode of Full House where they were playing hair salon and Stephanie accidentally clipped off his mullet, but you could totally tell that he had already cut the mullet and it was just a wig that was attached. Kind of took me out of the scene there. And then he gets all pissed off that she cut his hair and he had to get a haircut. He crashes his motorcycle because he was distraught.
Yep, Full House is overrated.
Had the arbs. Yeah. Trevor Henry.
What? Overrated?
No, it's the best show ever.
No, it was at the time. It was pretty good.
Xbox One.
It's no Boy Meets World though.
We have that's my hair, Corey hair, and my name is Sean. And when I was a fucking kid, I was like, I want hair like that. But no, I was stuck with the fucking Corey. Xbox One disc online requirement for Series X has been fixed. Tested multiple titles while offline, installed straight from the disc. Trevor Henry, that is good news to hear. MVG will be very excited for that because he's big on that. Yeah, I liked Full House. I liked Family Matters. Family Matters was cool because for like a lot of white kids who didn't, live in those situations, like you learned about things that you didn't normally learn about. Like they touched on a lot of like more serious topics on Family Matters before like Urkel just became the thing with like the cool Urkel robot and stuff. Like I like that. I thought it was cool. Like it fucking
Urkel
taught
robot.
you. Yeah.
Also, like Fresh Prince too. Like
Fresh Prince, same
Fresh
thing.
Prince
That's my grandma's favorite show. Like if she's flipping through the channels and she sees it, she stops what she's doing and she's watching it.
I didn't know how much white people like Fresh Prince until I went to like almost all white high school for football, and like I remember we were watching, like we were at one of the it was a party or something. We were all hanging out, all the people there, and as soon as Fresh Prince came on, I'd seen every single episode forever. They were like, I was talking, they're like, shut up. They were like, shut up, we're watching. And I was like, oh shit, like they were really all focused on Fresh. I was like, it was really like Fresh Prince, and even like the racist guys on the team. It was like they were all of a sudden no longer racist when watching Fresh Prince. So it was interesting.
He changed the fashion industry, man.
With the bright colors and stuff, yeah.
Dude, turning like the inside out for like the suits and everything is fantastic.
I think hanging with Mr. Cooper was severely underrated too, because that show was funny, and you had the basketball stuff in there. So like little 8-9-year-old me was like, this is the best thing ever. And I remember
I liked him.
when Mark Curry's character tells Holly Robinson Pete, like when they finally are like about to get together, he's like, I got feelings for you, and she's like, fillings like in your teeth, and he's like, no, fillings, and it always makes me laugh. It's just such a bad joke, but it makes it so funny. Scott S, don't lie, RGT, you would 100% swipe right on Lady D. Look, I mean, I would, but I ain't kissing her.
Yeah, you are.
No. A dinner suggestion? Yeah, get Taco Bell. Mikey 12, RGT, status of Metal Gear Solid 5 replay. Mind changed. So far, yes. I am thoroughly, I look forward to playing the game. I've been playing the game a ton, dicking around on the side quest. Maybe I didn't like the base stuff. I could feel like maybe that was what was sort of detracting me from the experience. Maybe I was looking for more, because every Metal Gear game until then, even Metal Gear Solid 4, was still pretty linear, and this is definitely a lot more open, so maybe that was just a bit dramatic of a change for me in my gaming time at that time, but I don't know, man. I'm fucking loving the game, and like I've totally gotten over the Kiefer Sutherland thing. Necro Banana, I like Friends, and yes, they were on a break.
Fuck that show. Friends sucks.
Friends also overrated.
Friends is overrated.
Friends sucks. You want a
Friends
good like
isn't very
sitcom? Watch Seinfeld, Frasier.
Seinfeld's great. I love
Seinfeld. Friends isn't very good, and it's a ripoff of In Living Color, but that's beside the
Friends
point.
is terrible.
Matt LeBlanc was really the only character that I liked on that show, Joey, because he was funny. He was I don't know. Like,
what about his spinoff?
I'm not
even remember it.
I remember it was called Joey. Yeah.
That's how good it was.
Yeah,
George Lopez was a very funny show.
Every time you give the comic relief character a sideshow or anything on its own, it usually flanderizes itself. So.
Yeah,
I was about to say something.
No, say it.
Oh, I know what I was about to say. Yeah, that 70s show. They're doing like you guys looking forward to that 90s show?
No. Don't you remember they did that 80s show and it was like
that.
2 episodes?
Yeah, no, but here's the difference though, is that it has the original cast.
What?
That 90s show has the original cast.
Yeah.
It has
I
all of
don't
them.
need to watch what I grew up in. That feels like it was only yesterday.
No, that 70s show felt like
When's
a long
that?
time ago.
Well, who's doing it? Is it on a streaming service like Netflix or Amazon?
Yeah, I think it's a streaming service, but like they're all there. Like everyone is back, like,
Interesting.
except for like the Masterson guy. That because he's like crazy.
Didn't one of them die? The blonde chick? Remember the blonde?
They're all back.
The blonde sister died.
Yeah, she
Oh,
died.
okay, well, yeah, she died. So, but everybody who's alive for the
I mean,
most
they're not
part-
all gonna be back then.
No, not everyone. No, if they're dead, they can't be back if they're dead.
Yeah.
Hologram. They did it with Tupac.
Yeah.
So they're
It's in
following them
jail for-
20. Oh, because they've aged like. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Then their characters would have aged like 20 years.
I
anyway.
can't
Yeah,
wait
like-
to see all the 90s references. Guys, remember VHS and Blockbuster?
They better fucking talk
Remember,
about like
yeah.
Power Rangers and VR Troopers and shit, or else fuck them.
What's
It's not
hell
gonna be
are
more.
those?
I don't think it's gonna be focused on that.
They're gonna be more annoying with
kids.
Fuck the
I think it's gonna
kids.
be like
their kids are
like-
gonna.
it's like Girl Meets World, maybe something kind of like that.
Yeah.
And the only episodes that everyone likes are when the old characters come in, like Fuller House.
Exactly. Yeah.
Too. Taylor
Or it's gonna be like
says.
Fuller
Like-
House.
Yeah, so I just said Fuller House.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Fuller House.
RGT love the content. Oh, and the Knicks will still suck even if they get Donovan Mitchell. I disagree. I think we'll be.
They will. You know, here's the reason why they'll still suck. RGT. Because I've already said this before on my stream, and I'll say it here: you can't win a championship with little bite-sized superstars. They don't. It doesn't work. When
It's
push
not.
comes to shove,
I don't
doesn't
expect.
work.
I don't expect to win a championship this
Oh,
year.
wait, I have it here, Sean. I have the summary very quickly of that '90s show.
Sounds
Says it's
terrible.
set to follow Eric and Donna's daughter, Leah Foreman, as she visits her grandparents for the summer. But they will have Red and Kitty played by the original actor, actress, and everything.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I guess they'll be like technically main characters that are there. And I assume the others will eventually pop in as they
Yeah.
go along as like a
No,
recurring cast
Mila
thing.
and Kutcher.
Mm,
and
yeah. Mila.
It says the series set in 1995 will follow a new
Ooh.
generation of Point Place kids and includes newcomers
Ugh.
Haverda, Ashley, Mace, Maxwell,
Mace.
Rain, Sam.
Sam.
Yep.
Who are all these characters I need to know about? Just play Sega
maybe-
Genesis and shut up.
Maybe they're making reference to the rapper Mace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Mace is coming. Didn't you guys hear? He's coming back too.
Death
Gospel
Row.
album?
No, he signed to Death
Yeah.
Row. I don't know how you come back after taken to church by fucking Cameron. Like when he first came back, they absolutely murdered him. Talking about you got to be hard to go up in the Lord's pocket and stuff. Like what you offering, put it in the offering. You know, something right down to porcelain. And then one of the Hell Rel is like, everybody welcome in this, welcome him back. You wasn't welcome in the first place. Why we welcome him back? It's like, oh man, you're fucking bodied.
What the hell are you talking about?
Taken to Church by Cameron off the Purple Haze album. One of the greatest rap albums ever. Necro Banana, Seinfeld is goated too. Kramer said a bad word, and Kramer's wrong for saying that. I mean,
It's okay because he got completely wiped off the face of the earth.
yeah,
after
he
that.
hasn't
So
done a fucking thing since.
Yeah, he lost everything, so he really paid for that.
Yeah, I think he appeared on like one episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm after that, and that was about it.
Yeah, it's for the
He's just-
reunion, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they even did they make a reference to it in the episode? I'm not sure.
They might have. I know he also did a comedians in cars getting coffee.
Yes, he did.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
made way less money than what he should.
Oh,
have made
yeah.
after- you know,
Oh,
like
shit,
he
yeah, it's a waste
Yeah.
of talent, you know, like it's unfortunate what happened.
very unfortunate on all sides. You know,
See, there's a lot of people who understand what I'm talking about with the Cameron stuff. Scott says Pistons will win a chip sooner than the Knicks. Look, I don't know what the Pistons. I do know what the Pistons are doing.
the Pistons aren't winning the championship sooner than the Knicks. Will definitely win a championship sooner than the Pistons.
The thing about the Pistons is there's a couple trains of thoughts to building a really great NBA team. And their train of thought is we're just going to draft all these rookies and we're getting all these high draft picks and it's going to work out. And it's like, maybe it'll work out, but I would be taking some of these high draft picks. You have enough good players already from these high draft picks. If you get another high draft pick next year, trade that shit. Trade that shit for a top tier player. You need some stability on the team. You need a veteran who's been in the league for a while to whip these kids into shape and stuff.
Gotta get Grant Hill back.
The only problem is that it seems like a lot of free agents don't want to go to New York.
I mean, well, that's a huge topic right now. Is the whole, do the players have a little bit too much say in where they go and stuff like that? And you know, you can make a case. Yes, you can make a case. No, as an old school mentality person, I think they do have a little bit too much to say. And I'm not saying like, you know, people like to equate it to other things. To me, it's just the owner of the team who owns the team wants the best for the team. You know what I'm saying? They want the team to be successful. They want the team to make revenue. They want the team to win stuff. So while you should respect players' wishes, if it's not something that makes sense for you or your team. Like the whole KD situation. He only wants to play for a handful of specific teams. If I'm the Nets, like, do you acknowledge that? Do you do what's in his best interest, even though you gave up a lot to get him just for him to be upset and want to go play for another team? Or do you do what's in the best interest for the team? You're going to get crucified if you give into his demands. You're going to get crucified if you don't give into his demands. It's just where you're going to get crucified the hardest. Wraith! Everyone's thoughts on arcade one-ups? I know RGTs, so I'll take a back seat.
I have one. They're cool. I have the Galaga one. They're fine.
I think get a bigger house before I really get into those a lot.
I think Blitz is getting announced Monday.
Yeah, I saw that going around today.
It's like a real arcade room, you know?
I mean, it's a cool idea. I mean, it's a novelty item. A little too rich for me because I know I'd probably get bored of it after like a month.
What is it?
Arcade one. You have one.
Yeah, but like what? Oh, I thought you said they were doing their. Did they put the price out for MVC2 yet?
No, from what I'm hearing, it's not going to be $1,000. I'm hearing $5 to $7.
That's not bad if it ends up being in there for all those games and the rights to have MVC2. That's not bad. If it's like 600 or less, I think that'd be a pretty good pickup.
Rebuilds,
light up marquee and everything.
Rebuilds produce more chips than trading for stars. Yes and no. You have to have a balance at some point. You know, not every team is going to be like the Bucks, where you draft a generational talent that literally people are saying that Noah Vonleh was going to be better than Giannis. I mean, there's always that inherent risk factor. I do like the digital pinball stuff though. Government Fat Cat says $5.99 with the bar stool. It's $5.99 says D. So why in the fuck did I pay $700 for my goddamn Simpsons cabinet when this has more games, more stuff, more features, and it's cheaper?
I mean, wasn't Killer Instinct $700?
Yes, and they made a pro line of it for $1,000.
Arcade one-up trying to adjust those prices to look appealing now.
You know what? You're welcome, because I made enough scathing videos on their prices.
Don't they have a Terminator 2?
Get $700 for one game, Terminator 2.
I do kind of want it, though.
Seems fair to me.
Kriasad Bob, have you checked out Hard Knocks? The Lions got me more hyped than usual this year. First and foremost, sir, do not ever be hyped for the Lions. Don't do it.
Being hyped for the Lions?
That's worse than being hyped for the Knicks. Because at least the Knicks, there's a chance that they'll get in the playoffs. There's a chance that we'll at least see some postseason
the Lions
action.
The Lions are the worst. I mean,
are they any better than the Browns?
The Browns are definitely better.
Trade for Garoppolo because they don't know who they're going to have as a quarterback.
That whole situation is wild.
That's the rule.
Browns probably will.
If they find out that Deshaun Watson's out for more than 6 games, they're going to trade for Garoppolo. But by the time Garoppolo is actually there, he's going to be so behind in sets and reps that they're going to have to put out Jacoby Brissett as the quarterback.
Listen. The Browns have talent, though. They have a running game. They have a good offensive line. They have talent. They have good defense. The Browns can be solid.
Jordan's a big fan of the Browns.
Well, I'm a huge sports fan in general.
The Cleveland Steamers. I would like to see, or I would love to see, a Star Wars trilogy, the Sega on-rail shooter version from Arcade 1-Up. Funny story. So when I started first hearing about the leaks about Star Wars coming to Arcade 1-Up, that's exactly where my mind went. And I was like, holy shit, that's a day one. And then they fucking wheeled out these ancient ass fucking vector graphic shit. And I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, this isn't what I wanted. Like, no, I thought you had the Sega stuff, but I have heard that, because of Marvel vs. Capcom 2, now they have Naomi software running on it. So maybe we'll start to see the bangers. The bangers. Noah Smith, love your content, RGT. My Cavs win the chip for the Knicks. I probably won't disagree with you because I think that's where LeBron ends his career.
The Cavs, they've got some good pieces, but they're still a big superstar away or two of actually winning a title or being able to win. You gotta have superstars to win. The Detroit Piston days are done.
But you throw LeBron in that mix.
He's old, dude.
It
He's
doesn't-
old.
he's still
too
very
old.
he's still very dominant though.
He's not. He's old, dude. Listen, I'm here in Los Angeles, okay? Dude, I watch these games. He's not what he used to be. LeBron's still extremely good, but he's not enough to carry a champion. He needs Anthony Davis playing out of his mind.
Hot take. You give me for 1 year. You give me the option of Anthony Davis or LeBron James. Let's say this year I could have one of those players for 1 year. I'm taking LeBron James. Anthony Davis, I think, is a bigger problem than LeBron James because LeBron will actually try. I feel like Anthony Davis has just at some point in time gone into like coasting mode. Like that's not the same dude who I think the Lakers expected to get. He needs to shave his eyebrow too.
Okay. Well, I agree with you. I mean, if you put it that way, yeah, because Anthony Davis sometimes he gets hurt all the time and he doesn't play with the same type of fury that he usually fury.
The thing about LeBron
intensity.
is if you put him out on the court, even if he's not doing numbers, the defense is paying attention, and that could make the younger players around him better. And so if he were to end his career in Cleveland and Cleveland got maybe, they don't even necessarily need a better supporting cast. I think they have a pretty solid supporting cast, but you get like 1 or 2 more veterans in there, all that veteran leadership with the talent that these young guys have, that could be scary, man. They could
scary. I don't know if it's good enough, but it's
Jarrett Allen. If Jarrett Allen stays healthy, all that. Garland. I don't know if Sexton's re-signing or not, but Garland's emerged as a star. I don't know, man. It would be it'd be interesting.
Be interesting for sure. Especially if his son plays on the team too. So
Bronny. He has another son too. What are they gonna do?
Other Bronny.
Remember Michael Jordan's son? That didn't work out too well.
Sons? He has 2.
Yeah, that didn't work out too well for him.
He has 2. Maybe his little girls will be good.
And play in the WNBA.
Yeah.
If WNBA, watch Bill Burr talk about it. I don't know if you've
I've seen the clip.
He's 100% right.
That's wrong. Don't bring that up here. He's wrong. He's wrong for saying it.
No, I 100% agree with him. If women supported it, it would be bigger than the NBA. But they don't. Go to a WNBA game. Me personally, I'm not interested.
He's right about what he said with like the whole like what they watch instead, like Kardashians and stuff instead.
I mean, sometimes the truth hurts, man. Sometimes the truth hurts. Imagine being the greatest ever's child. The pressure. It would be hard being Michael Jordan's child.
Yeah. That's why a lot of the top athletes, their kids usually don't end up being anywhere near as good as them.
No, I mean, I will say like, kind of like the under the radar, or like fringe, Jordan fringe, like fringe all-star people. Maybe they made all defense like Gary Payton. Gary Payton's kid is fucking crazy good.
Well, he's not as good as Gary Payton though.
No, Steph Curry, Del Curry, sort of.
But he's way better than Del Curry.
Right, but Del Curry was still a very talented player. I'm pretty sure he made an all-star team.
Like Seth is about what his dad is,
Yes, very similar.
But Steph is much better than Del. But it's also like Clay. Clay's dad played in the NBA, but Clay's way better than his dad was.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things. Ken Griffey's kids should be playing baseball. Ken Griffey Jr., I think it's fair to say, Nate, he essentially helped save baseball. You could make the case for the whole home run thing with McGuire and Sosa, but as far as making baseball cool again,
absolutely, Griffey. I agree. He helped.
I mean, yeah, he helped because he was a cool player to watch. He has the smoothest swing you'll ever see on the baseball field, and it was in the heart of the 90s. Griffey Jr. rose in the ranks right after you had MLB have the strike.
Yes.
And there was a lot of, uncertainty about the future of the sport. Griffey Jr. just comes on scene. He's exciting to watch. And then you had the home run chase in the late 80s with McGuire, Sosa. Then you had Bonds, early 2000s.
Yep.
But yeah, Griffey Jr. was the face of baseball for that generation.
3 excellent games, too.
Let me tell you something. As someone growing up in more of like hood area, younger, the amount of even just like not just black, Mexican, other types of people that all of a sudden were interested in baseball because of Ken Griffey was nuts. You know, like he was cool. He was like Michael Jordan, but baseball.
And
Yeah.
he was on the Fresh Prince.
Oh yeah, he was.
He
on
had
the
that
Fresh Prince,
cameo where they were at the carnival.
Yeah, he was.
And he was in that movie, Little Big League, where he makes the game-ending catch, where Randy Johnson came in as the closer, which is just unrealistic.
I love Ken Griffey. He's like my favorite baseball player.
But
ever.
think
I'm a
about,
big, so
think about that Mariners team in that era.
Jay Buhner, baby.
We're not going to think about it. Move on. Move on.
Martinez.
No, we're not going to think about it, Nate, because I knew you were going to do that. I shouldn't have said anything.
How did you not win a World Series?
You know why? Because of Nintendo. That's why. I blame Nintendo.
We have success here. How can we fuck it up?
Dude, Nate, let me tell you something. Let me tell you a story. When I was, I threw the biggest fit when they lost. Like literally, I was hitting things. I was kicking the wall. I just threw like a temper tantrum
season when they won 118 games.
Yeah, I threw a freaking like mini meltdown, and my mom was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "The Mariners lost."
I mean,
I threw like a little mini meltdown, dude. Like, oh my god, I was so angry.
The Mariners, for that stretch of time, they were a dominant team, and they haven't been good since the early 2000s. Because
they got
you had King Hernandez, you had Felix Hernandez as a.
Well, they got rid of the dome. Pitcher. What do you expect?
Safeco Field's a nice field.
It ain't the dome. All right, we got some questions here. People giving me currency. Lord RJ, $5. Resident Evil 4 remake. Is it going to improve or fall short? I think it'll improve. Because I think
it's a remake.
Because from what the leaks have been saying, they're going in a more scary direction, and that's what I wanted from Resident Evil 4. Because it never really freaked me out. You know, the Resident Evil games up until then, 1, 2, 3, Code Veronica, they freaked you out. Like there was some weird fuck ass shit in there. With 4, you didn't really have that much fuck ass shit, and I like ass shit. In my
the chainsaw, the chainsaw, and like the crazy dude with the claws, the Wolverine claws.
Yeah, but you had so much more area to move. You know, you had a lot more freedom in escaping, and I felt like
not in that claws area. The first time you meet the Wolverine dude, it was a pretty tight area.
Yeah, but I don't know. For the most part, it just felt like, oh, I can escape this. I can run away.
What about that thing you had to use the ice to freeze? And then you had to lure him into like the furnace and stuff, or you could freeze him with compressed air because the thing would just stalk you. It was terrifying. I forgot what the creature's name is though.
In what?
Like we have to use like the thermal goggles to kill the little areas on them, the heat seeking areas. Yeah,
I forgot the thing's name.
I don't know. The Tyrant was just so fucking cool back in the day. Joe, $2 donation with a question just for me because nobody's gonna know what the fuck I'm talking about. Amir versus Acacia Strain versus Circus Survive. Who wins? I would say Acacia Strain has a better overall library, so you got to go with them. I'm not really into Circus Survive. Ishwiz, hang in there, John. These nerds and their sports. Okay, John likes sports. John was watching a sports event the other day.
I watched.
Yeah, wasn't he watching the Mets and the Phillies?
Yeah.
Yeah. I usually watch. I think I was watching two sports at once. I almost put on wrestling just to see what was going on, so I would have watched.
Jordan's the man that does not like.
Yeah, Jordan's the one who's ready to.
You won't catch me wasting my time watching that shit.
He's watching cartoons. Damn it!
I'll go to an event. I'll play the sport, but I will not watch it on TV.
Why is that? Did you have a traumatic experience?
No, it's like, what the fuck? Listen, the excitement comes from being there or playing it, and watching it on TV does not give me any satisfaction whatsoever. I'd rather be doing anything else.
I feel because I love playing baseball, but I don't like watching baseball.
I love playing sports. I'll play almost any sport with anyone at any time. I'm down. I'll go to an event. Absolutely. Catch me watching it, there's something wrong with me.
So that's like hockey. I can't watch hockey on television. However,
hockey. Yeah,
I went to a hockey game once and I had a fucking blast. I was like, this is great.
Well, hockey's fun as hell to play. Like if you know how to play, like I used to play like street hockey, not ice hockey, but street, and it's super fun. Like it's really fun to play.
I haven't. Man, I can't.
Lacrosse. I can't watch lacrosse, but lacrosse is super fun to play. It's like one of the funnest sports to play is lacrosse.
Ask those Duke boys about it. Live hockey is the best. Yeah, like I think, and Government Fat Cat makes a great point. I will always watch some amateur mud wrestling. That's a thing. Did you know there's like little people wrestling? My mom's new husband, one of his sons, I guess is like technically my stepbrother. Oh, it's so weird. Next month, one of them is like coming up here with them. Oh, no, not next month, in October. And like, long story short, the dude is like staying with me for a night in my guest room, and I've never even met this guy. And I'm like, I followed him on Twitter, and he followed me back, and I was gonna DM him, and I was like, yeah, so I guess our parents are fucking now. But like, I didn't want to put that because I thought it would be weird. So I think I'm just gonna like ignore the situation until it comes. But he's like a comedian. Like his job is he's like an actor / comedian guy. So like, I feel like he would like be okay with that, but I don't know.
What if he's watching right now?
Hi, Nick. His name is Nick. Oh, Josh Travis is fucking amazing guitarist. He's so good. Yeah, Danza fucking rules. Smash Brother.
Danza?
No, the Tony Danza Tap Dance Extravaganza was the name of the band, and it was like this really hardcore metal band. And when Tony Danza had his show, he actually talked about him because they were named after him. He thought it was fucking hilarious. Smash Brother, big $10 dono. Appreciate you, brother. RGT, what part of Splatoon 3 are you most hyped for? The newly added weapons, the new campaign coming, or being able to have a locker with your personal items in it? I think I like the new weapons. I'm very interested to see how the campaign plays out too. The customization, I'll have to see it to sort of see if I get into it, but I just think it looks like a really refined Splatoon experience. You know, it looks like a proper sequel. They built upon what was there. They added things. They made things better. They gave you more. And that's what a sequel's supposed to be. I don't understand. Like, I saw Nintendo Life did a poll today. Like, is it enough? Is this enough? It's like, do we not have, when do we lose the mentality of sequels versus reboots? When did a sequel become a hot topic? What the fuck do you think that Spider-Man, the sequel to that, is going to be? Yeah, there's going to be something with Venom going on, but you think it's going to be a whole fucking different game? We're in a fucking different city and it looks different and shit? No, it's building upon it. What is God of War Ragnarok? It's building upon God of War 2018. There's nothing wrong with sequels. Sequels are good. Now, can sequels be a bad game at the end of the day? Yes. Can you half-ass a sequel? Yes. But I don't have any reason to believe that Splatoon 3 is going to be half-assed. God of War Ragnarok is going to be half-assed. The new Spider-Man game is going to be half-assed because they have earned my respect with their previous entries in these series, in these franchises. They've proven themselves as capable.
Yeah, where was all the complaining when Ocarina of Time just straight up copied Link to the Past?
Right.
See? Well, what's a 3D experience?
So the PS5 version of Spider-Man 2 is going to have the really fast load times and the ray tracing.
So, what's your point?
See?
Who's
Look
Ray?
at that. We're just dressing up the same concept, aren't we? All I'm saying is there were three dungeons in the beginning, then you go to another world, then there's 7. I wonder where they got that idea from.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of another world, I'm gonna get booted into another world if I don't leave, and my wife. So I'm gonna get booted out of this world and into another one. But thanks for having me on, RGT.
OJ,
Just
too many
saying,
repeat
Simon
bad
thinks
guys in
that's pretty.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
What's up?
Too many repeat bad guys in Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Ghostface Kill has been asking.
Repeat bad guys in Xenoblade Chronicles 3. There's a bunch of new enemies and stuff, and the game's massive. So I don't know what the issue is there. There's a bunch of unique enemies. There's a bunch of elite enemies.
So when you
unique
play in
enemies.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3,
Probably when I'm done with Metal Gear Solid 5.
it's very good. It's a very
I know.
Big Xenoblade fan who's bought all the games plays Metal Gear Solid instead of Xenoblade.
I have no reason to rush out and get it right now. I'm not in a hurry.
Sean,
I'm
did you
not
play
making a
Peace-
video
Sean,
on
did you
it.
play Peace Walker?
Yeah.
I was gonna say if you hadn't played it, we should play. I only played Peace Walker for like a couple hours on the PSP back in the day until I got it on the 360. So I was thinking about replaying it again. You should replay it.
No, I mean, I'll play it with you if you want. I actually just started up what did I play it on? Xbox. Because I have it on.
Backwards compatible.
Yeah.
All right,
Love y'all.
All right.
Later.
Later, OJ.
you gotta get that collection off like Amazon or something or eBay.
No, you
You don't
don't.
have it.
I already have it.
Oh, okay, yeah, if you got it, you're good.
I just got my new Metal Gear toys. Oops, put it over Nate. That would be a big thing. All right, so we'll run to like 12:15, so about 20 more minutes because I gotta finish up some stuff. Seen a lot of good things in here. Jose Canseco is the baseball goat. Agree?
No, we used to not.
See, that's why I liked Riff Raff, the rapper, because in his freestyles, he would always talk about like obscure, like sports people, like rap game Jose Canseco. Here's one of his freestyles: 8 screens on, and I'm watching Walter Payton. It's like, what? Why are you watching Walter Payton on 8 different screens? But like, it made sense. Like, I had something about. My emerald, my diamonds are green, or my jewels are green, like when Keyshawn Johnson didn't want to play for the Jets or something. Like, what? That makes no sense.
That's pretty random.
But like Keyshawn Johnson, he wore green on the Jets and he didn't want to play for him.
Dude, I was playing Ghost Recon on the PSP today. That game actually works pretty well. I'm shocked.
What?
The PSP's aged pretty well.
Why were you playing Ghost Recon?
Because I have it on the PSP, so I was looking for some of the more graphically intensive games on the PSP, which Ghost Recon is a full third-person shooter on the PSP. I have Midnight Club as well. I was playing that.
There you go.
But I fixed up a PSP that I got on eBay for video tomorrow.
Was it a Darth Vader PSP?
No, it was the all white one, but it didn't have the Darth Vader door on it, so I assume it's not the Darth Vader one. But I fixed it up, and I was playing some of these games like, wow, this system really came out in 2004 technically. And it actually looked pretty good on the screen.
There's a lot of games that have held up pretty decently, but you also got to remember you're playing it on a smaller screen. No,
I have the HDMI cable for it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, they sell it on like Amazon. So
I've seen
PSP 2000. Yeah, so I got that and I plugged in. I was like, this actually looks decent on here. I'm a little shocked right now when I was playing it. So
Necro Banana, thoughts on Roberto Clemente? He is my father's favorite baseball player.
I'm looking at some of the footage now. That's why I said that.
Sabbath, is Babe Ruth still the all-time best in baseball compared to anybody now?
No.
I think Babe Ruth was a product of his time.
I mean, yeah, he was definitely a product of his time. He's a good baseball player. I mean, you have to look at some modern players that are performing right now. Mike Trout, Aaron Judge, Ohtani. You have a lot of great talent on the field. And even if we go back to the 90s, as we mentioned before, Griffey Jr., I mean, if you want to include Lou Gehrig, Mickey Mantle, Joe DiMaggio, Hank Aaron, there's a lot of legends in baseball. Babe Ruth just happens to, I mean, he had the home run record for so many years, and that's kind of that prestige that set that bar for people. And hey, Aaron Judge is hunting the AL home run record right now.
What's he at
61.
now?
He's at 46.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll probably get it. Daniel Hernandez, new Splatoon DLC looks awesome. Okay, it's not DLC. Spyro Jones, PS Vita game suggestions. Yes, the Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 collection. What else? I think Uncharted is kind of fun for what it is.
Good on there. Yeah.
What else? What else do I have for it? John, you're a Vita guy. You're a Vita guy. Give me some Vita game suggestions.
Killzone's not bad.
Oh, what? Wipeout's awesome.
Yeah, Killzone's a graphical
Killzone's really good. Killzone's good, but the problem is they still use like the touch control and stuff, and it's like, come on, don't do that, because that'd actually be a good one to move over to. Well, they haven't done anything with the Vita, but even to play it on like a emulator or something, but that comes into play. It's really annoying. But what's that game called?
Freedom Wars.
There was one that Freedom Wars. I really liked that back in the day. That was a good one.
I know you made me buy it.
That's a good one.
Daniel
I
Hernandez.
did pick up the Metal Gear Solid collection, but it's not very good on the Vita, unfortunately.
Stop it. That's what I recommend.
No, dude, the frame rate like plummets in that thing.
Still great games. Mr. Fringe, have you started Digimon? If so, what are your initial thoughts? By the way, just kidding about the DLC. Splatoon 3 looks great.
Digimon.
Digital
I
monsters.
got this right here.
Still sealed?
No, it's
This
sealed.
is the regular. This isn't the one I got from PlayAsia. That got delayed. This popped up back on Amazon, and I was able to catch it real quick. I'm really debating: is this going to be short printed? Do I keep it sealed away from my other copy to play that one? Who knows? I don't know.
Want to hear a weird fact from Necro Banana? Joaquin Phoenix was born in San Juan, Puerto Rico. That makes him more Puerto Rican than Jennifer Lopez. But Jennifer Lopez, I thought she looked really hot in that.
What did you just say his name was?
I can't say. Joaquin.
Joaquin.
I say Joaquin.
Joke.
Joaquin.
Well, I didn't know that the J was like a whorehead.
Joaquin.
Shut up. Nate, reveal yourself. You're a big dude. Stop being shy, says Lord RJ.
I am a big dude.
Noah Smith, anyone watch MMA? I watch it very casually. What's up, Jesse? I watch it very casually. Like, if it's on, I'll watch it. I miss the freak show aspect of MMA. Before all the weight classes and all this bullshit. Yeah, like some little 150-pound, karate guy against like a 400-pound, just massive beast of a human. Like, I miss the more circusy aspect of it. Now it's just like top tier fighters all across the board.
Yeah, you need I mean, in the early days you had what's his name? Kimbo.
Well, that was like the backyard stuff. Kimbo Slice.
Yeah.
Like Bellator MMA still does an okay job with the more circusy aspect of it. I'm still waiting for John to start up the Spawncast street fights. Because, they're doing all this YouTube boxing shit. I don't want to box people, okay? I'm not boxing people with headgear on and stuff. No, I want a YouTube street fight tournament. And I already have several people that I have picked out that I want as my opponent.
They're not going to agree.
Yeah.
You're not going to fight those
All right,
people.
who are you fighting, Sean?
Whoa, come
Calling out
on.
first.
Come on.
Who are we calling out?
Come on. We won't. Until I get it in writing that it's going down, I can't call out anyone. That wouldn't be nice.
What if there's someone on YouTube that's like Kimbo Slice size who wants to fight you?
No, that's not what I'm agreeing to. I'm friends with the guy booking the show. Kimbo did fight Jorge Masvidal in the backyard stuff. That was super cool. I've seen that fight. And that's how Jorge Masvidal like got his start and got like put on the map from stuff like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
Dreamcast guy versus Review Tech. When? That would be a fun fight. That would be. I feel like you just have to run around Rich a few times
I wouldn't be
and
invited to that one.
Yeah.
No, you're watching backstage.
No, but I wouldn't be invited.
We wouldn't get the passes.
Yeah, Nate and I would be.
But John is the one
side
putting
row.
it on.
He'd forget to give us the pass.
Yeah, somehow it wouldn't. It just
What am I
wouldn't
doing?
work in our favor.
You're
Half of
putting-
us
See?
wouldn't make
You
it.
are putting on the YouTube street fight event.
Why would I do it? Why would I open myself up to that kind of insurance liability?
No, we
Because
just have them
Sean-
sign waivers. Don't worry
because
about
no one
it.
can be mad at you.
Exactly. No one's gonna get mad at you. They're gonna be like,
So
oh,
when
look,
Sean kills a YouTuber, you can just say, hey.
he signed the paper. Like, fuck. Has John ever been in a fight?
Have I ever been in a fight like on a street
Like
corner?
like a
Or when
fist
you were
fight.
a kid.
Like a real fist fight, not a scuffle, like throwing blows with someone, maybe over some beef or something. I'm not going to count like 10 and under stuff. You got to be at least a teenager.
At least be okay. You got to at least be a teenager. No. It was more like I did karate for a long time and just whooped up on people then. But that was a long time ago. It was the old days. No, nothing like outside of that, like in like a workplace or something. Sean, you got a lot of stories of almost stabbing people for that. But no, back in the day, I used to do a lot of tournament fights and stuff, and it was fun. But that was like teenage years.
I couldn't mess with karate, man.
It was. I mean, it was pretty cool because when you legitimately people look at Cobra Kai, it's not like that.
I know. I went to a lesson.
People think it's super choreographed. That it's not, but they try to make it kind of realistic. But to think that most people are fighting have that kind of coordination, no. And it's also no one's actually throwing an elbow at somebody at those things. It's very controlled. But yeah, you can mess some people up at times in those things, but it feels good to get like a point scored by kicking somebody in the chest or something, but that's a long time ago. I never really followed it up either. I went more like sports route rather than fighting.
Look, you got a contender. To give him a fight, I'll let John beat me up if he just calls me Big V. So you got a guy already willing to take a dive for you, giving some credibility to the YouTube street fight circuit.
I did it wrong, though. I did a lot of fighting then and didn't lift weights. Now I lift weights and I don't do any fighting.
It's time to start, buddy.
So I went the wrong way. I should do the boxing stuff. I should just do that just to do it.
Yeah, you should fight someone.
At the YouTube street fight event, you could do a special sanctioned boxing match or something for like people who don't want like, you know, you got the gloves and the headgear and the mouth guard and stuff. My fight will not be pertaining to any of that.
No, you just want to do the backyard
You just want to be
deathmatch
dirty.
wrestling
You
style
just want to
thing.
fight dirty.
I want to fight dirty. If I'm,
You wanna
Sean
fight
wants to
really
take
dirty.
off- Yeah, Sean wants to be hit over the head with like a light bulb.
yeah, a light tube or something.
Yeah.
And get some color. Cut myself if I have to. If you had to give up pasta or rice, which are you choosing?
Rice.
Gotta give up
Rice.
pasta or rice. Yeah, I'd give up rice. Yeah.
I'm not big on
Maybe-
rice.
I've been eating pasta a lot recently. I like pasta.
Yeah,
I had some
pasta's good.
cauliflower and mac and cheese for dinner tonight.
Ugh, God, it sounds terrible.
Nice.
No, it's actually really good. It's buffalo.
No part of that sounds good.
It's buffalo mac and cheese, so like the buffalo stuff.
Is
I've
it
seen
from
that.
that,
I've seen
one
it in the
company?
store.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's from
Is it from that?
some dude or something.
Some, that's not the company's called.
No, like
Some dudes, buffalo, cauliflower,
No, it
mac
has
and
like
cheese.
a dude's name.
Paul Newman.
Is Demon Slayer anime?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to unmatch this girl. What's the name? Let me pull up
No,
Instacart.
shouldn't you be matching with her then? Because that's like interesting. Okay.
No, I said
Anime is
She
the
said
breaking
she just
point
got
for you.
finished watching a series. I said, "What series?" She said, "Demon Slayer."
What?
Oh, follow
That-
up with like a better anime.
What Naruto?
No, ask her
initial
if she watches
D.
Dragon Ball Super.
All right, hold on. Let me see what the name.
No,
of it is.
somebody give her like. Oh no, hold on.
Or like Gundam Wing.
No,
like how
someone in the
everyone's playing
someone in the
Fortnite
chat
again,
give Sean one of like
What, like a quote?
Give me a hentai.
Give him an anime that would completely that doesn't sound like it would offend them, but it would when they look it up online. Give Sean something like that.
Fist of the North Star.
I'm
That's
familiar
that one's
with
actually
that,
cool.
though.
Yeah.
They had
Yeah,
that
do Bible Black.
Bible Black. Okay.
Not Bible Black.
Why can't I? Oh, here it is. Tattooed Chef.
Sounds religious. I don't know if you should do that.
Tattooed Chef is
It's
the
anything
name.
but religious.
Mac and
What?
cheese.
Sacrilegious. I don't know.
Like
Okay.
you find like a Bible you can read and they fuck everybody.
All right then. Okay, answer that one, Sean.
Bible Black. Nice.
Are you really answering that? Yeah, do it. Say yeah, do that.
I
People in the
like
chat are
What
saying
about
it's
that
good one, too.
time I was
Watching
reincarnated as a
Bible
slime? You
Black.
could do that one.
Seen that shit.
You could have said Shin Chan too, I guess.
Shin Chan.
No, what do you do if she comes back and says that's like her favorite one?
I got you, Laura. Or I'll follow it up with or Goblin Slayer.
Goblin Slayer. There you go.
Let's see what she says.
If it was something like kind of like basic and well known, and see if she gets snobby about it, you can kind of tell.
Well, there's a lot of
personality.
titles flying in the chat, Sean. This is
That just shows you there's a lot of weird.
You're out here being
out
like
there.
Boku no Pico. It's like
She's gonna respond and be like, "I love Bible Black," and then you gotta drop that.
you gotta
quick.
get out of there. Yeah.
It's not gonna end well. For you.
or Sean just immediately invites her over.
Yeah, she wants to come
It'll
by.
be the last time we hear from Sean.
Right?
Sean Kramer. Speaking of Sean, how do I get my girlfriend to let me play more video games? You get rid of the girlfriend. Unless she's really hot. And then you just gotta be like,
What?
just come out, look, babe, you got your shit, I got my shit.
What?
Oh God,
I mean, as long as you're playing it like responsibly and you're not sitting at 23 hours a day playing video games,
she just
have
gave me,
discussion, have communication with your girlfriend,
yeah.
and
I once
talk
banged
about it.
I once banged a chick and played my Switch at the same time because like we were in my bed and like she was on top and I was just kind of like laying there like chilling and I looked over and my Switch was on my bed and I was like, ooh, I got some Super Mario Odyssey moons to find, and I just turned it on. She was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm playing some Switch. What's the problem?
Dude,
Shit.
who hasn't played Pokemon while getting head? I mean,
Right. Necro Banana, Goblin D's nuts. Not wrong. Okay, so this chick just gave me a fucking list. AOT, Death Note, FMA, Brotherhood, Bleach, Naruto.
Is Dragon Ball on there at all?
So she
she's
basically
watching.
watches Toonami.
Yeah, she
DB,
watches like the most like famous anime.
Dragon Ball-
DBZ / or DBZ hyphen DBS.
Okay, that's
Have you
good.
heard
All
of
right,
One
good.
Piece? It's
Good.
kind of
Dragon Ball-
obscure.
Dragon Ball super cool.
Tokyo
Is Gundam
Ghoul.
Wing on there?
I'll give you the okay.
Any Gundam.
Black Clover, Tokyo Ghoul, Demon Slayer, Pokemon, MHA, Jujutsu Kaisen, etc. It's a long list.
That is,
What did
it's
you think of
literally
your
every
response, though?
shonen.
Did she just gloss over your response to her? Apparently some pretty like
Like
vicious.
some fucked up shit.
Yeah, like there's a lot of stuff. Like a lot of stuff is great. Just that's like the general known anime.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
good
all the
once
main
again.
popular shit.
If she's,
Yeah.
yes, of course she's hot. I don't fuck with it. I ain't gonna match with an ugly chick.
All right.
Say, what do you think about Beerus the Destroyer?
I just asked her if she ever watched Goblin Slayer. I'm following up on that.
Bring up what's the shitty? What's some shitty ass
Fucking
anime from the
Chobits.
90s?
What
Cho-
the fuck?
Chobits was the gateway manga.
Oh, I'll
anime,
give you a
so
I
classic.
haven't heard
Sean, you ready for
Chobits
this?
in forever.
I'll give you a classic.
Love
all right?
Hina.
No. I'll give you a classic. That doesn't sound.
She's watched Goblin Slayer. She's watched Goblin Slayer. What the fuck do I do now?
Ask her if she likes Ronin Warriors.
How do you spell that?
Yeah, check out AI Love You.
Exactly
She
like
knows
I
about
said.
AI Love You.
Ronin Warriors. That is the legit. I looked up figures for that because I remember my cousin had those. Dude, a figure for that is like $400 now. That's crazy.
Motherfucker said love Hina.
Ronin Warriors
That's
was
so
it.
funny.
It's just not enough people remember it.
All right. So
Oh,
she's
man.
into Goblin Slayer. I guess that's good. Sabeth.
Is it?
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck Goblin Slayer is.
I don't either. I'm afraid to Google any of this stuff right now.
Best anime is Wonder Boy. The best anime is The Simpsons.
All right, we gotta get some crazy ass anime with this. We gotta go throw this girl off mainstream answers.
Ronin Warriors.
I said Ronin Warriors.
Thank you.
Nah, we need something.
Thank you. The classic.
something-
That's like the Power Rangers of anime back in the day, Sean.
What about Azumanga Daioh?
Ah, that's a manga. Oh,
Yeah. Hit it with that. Hit it with the classic.
Ask her the best anime is the Boondocks.
Oh, God.
I hope she
Hey, that's
stops
a good one.
talking. Honestly,
I told you, you
Have
should
you
have said
seen-
Fist of the North Star and then just say you're already dead and see if she understands what the hell you're talking about.
what about Arzak? Remember when they
What?
made because they made the Fist of the North Star game, but they made it Last Battle for the Sega Genesis, and they changed the guy's name to Arzak. And I remember there used to be this song on YouTube. It was like someone singing over, because there's like this one level of the game that's like a fucking stupid maze, and it has like a very pop sort of like almost like a pop R&B theme to it, and like some dude made a song about it, and I can't find it anymore. It drives me nuts. So it goes, Arzak is lost. He's lost inside a maze. Where am I? He can't get out. So this is where he stays. Oh, she said something. He's stuck in a maze.
What?
Ew!
What'd she do?
Do you mind talking to me on my OnlyFans? No.
She baited you.
No. How do I unmatch?
Say only if you watch The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya.
Yeah, can't. Yeah,
spell
do you show butthole on there? I'm talking like spread cheeks style.
Have you been talking to a bot this whole time, Sean?
I
Yes.
don't know. I don't feel like I have
I
been
love
because
anime. Have you heard of Death Note, Naruto?
but she was
One
very
Piece?
it was very convincing if it is a bot.
And then she was just gonna say yes to anything you said back, and you said.
I mean, you
Goblin
said
Slayer.
I watched
Like, that's
Bible
my
Black, and
favorite
she
one.
lists every mainstream anime to come out in the last 25 years. I watch Bleach,
Oh,
Naruto, One Piece.
She unmatched me with my butthole comment.
Oh, you could have asked her if she watched Card Captor Sakura
You know, it's
and
a shame.
Detective Conan.
That could have been the love of my life. But
Actually, it's called Case Closed here. Thank you very much.
I don't give a fuck. Some girl in college I knew always used to try to make me watch it, and I was like, no. Said she made me watch like worse animes. Isn't that show like 9,000 episodes? Has he ever actually closed the case, or is it still going?
Dude, it's gone on forever.
Dear God.
I'm still seeing stuff on it all the time.
Jeez.
did they make a Phoenix Wright anime?
They reference it in Haruhi Suzumiya.
Oh, okay. I know what the fuck
Yeah.
that is.
It's actually a kind of funny scene.
Haruhi Suzumiya.
She's
It's
like
just-
god of the universe.
It literally, it's not racist voice. It's literally like what their voice would be. It's a stereotype. And we've almost hit the 12:15 mark. I thank you guys for hanging out with me. It's been a fun show. Nate the Hate, Jordan Fringe, Spawn Wave. You know where you can find them on the internet. And of course,
Wow.
Thank you.
I have a video up tomorrow. Probably I
On
don't,
worldwide
On the
internet.
I don't know what time it'll be. Just in time to be canceled. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But yeah, so thank you guys for hanging out with me. We'll be back next week. I will be live on here Tuesday and Thursday, more than likely.
Doing what?
I just talk to people. Like it's literally this with just me. And like sometimes I'll have like some like lo-fi music in the background.
Whoa.
That's pretty cool. All right, love all you guys. Thank you to everyone for coming through. Thank you to everyone who donated. Thank you to all the channel members, and thank you to all of you.